this lecture, we will discuss about the operational modes of 8255. There are two basic operational modes of 8255, input-output mode and bit set reset mode. How you can select the particular mode? In control word register, there is a bit number D7. When D7 is 1, 8255 operates in input-output mode, and when D7 is 0, it operates in BSR mode. Now we will discuss about the input-output mode. When the bit number D7 is 1 in the control word register, input-output mode will be selected. But in case of input-output mode, we have three input-output modes. First one is mode 0, simple input-output, and the second one is mode 1, strobed input-output, and third one is mode 2, strobed bidirectional input-output. In the upcoming slides, we will discuss in details. Before going in detail, firstly we will discuss about the control word format of input-output mode. So here in this slide you can see in the control word format there are 8 bits D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6 and D7. So firstly I will go to discuss about the D7 bit. If we are talking about the input-output mode, D7 bit must be 1, always it must be 1. So now I will start discussing from D0 to D7. So firstly we will discuss about the D0. D0 bit represent group B port C lower. This bit represent port C lower, and we can control the 4 bit of port C lower. When this bit is 1, it is used as a input port. When it will be 0, then it will be used as a output port. And D1 bit, we can control with the help of this bit. Port B we will control. When there is 1, it is used as a input port, and if there is a 0, we can use as a output port. So these are the two bits, D0 and D1. D0 for PC lower, D1 for port B. Now we will come to the D2 bit, and D2 bit will be used for the group B mode selection. So if this bit is 0, it will be considered as a mode 0, and if there is a 1, it will be considered as a mode 1. So now we will discuss about the bit number D3, PC upper. With the help of this bit we can control the port C upper. If there is 1, port C upper can be used as an input port. If there is a 0, port C upper can be used as a output port. Now there is a bit number D4, and it's a part of group A, and it can control the operation of port A. If there is a 1, port A can be used as a input, and if there is a 0, port A can be used as a output port. D5 and D6 bits are used together. Group A mode selection bit. These two are the group A mode selection bit. When there is a 00, mode 0 will be selected. When there is a 01, mode 1 will be selected, and if there is a 1 in the D6 bit but D5 is 0, either 1, anything can be there, mode 2 can be selected. And you better know about the bit number D7. It should be 1 there, always 1 should be there. If there is a 1 in the D7 bit, it is used as a input output mode. And now we will move to the next slide. So everything in this slide, you can see there are few things written about what we have discussed in the control word format. So when the bits are 1, it can be used as a input port. When bits are 0, it can be used as a output. So going in a detail of this slide, you can understand everything. After discussion of control word format, firstly we will discuss about mode 0 simple input output. The input output feature in mode 0 are following given in this slide. Firstly, output ports are latched. What is the meaning of latched? Latched means the bits are put into a storage register. We need to store the bits coming from the outside peripheral. With the help of 8255, we are connecting with the microprocessor. So sometimes microprocessor may not read that data, but so we store for a time being that output bits. Second point, input ports are buffered, not latched. So here we don't need to store the data. And third point, ports do not have handshake or interrupt capability. In this mode, we don't use handshake and interrupt signals. Number 4 point, with 4 ports, 16 different combination of input output are possible. So these are the general features of mode 0 simple input output. Now we will discuss about when mode 0 in input mode. In this in the input mode, the 8255 gets data from external peripheral ports and CPU reads the received data via its data bus. Before doing this process, firstly CPU must select 8255 with the help of CS bar signal, active low signal, and there are two more select lines, A0, A1. Desired port can be selected with the help of CS bar, A0 and A1. We have already discussed in our previous video. Then the CPU then issue and signal to read the data from external peripheral device via the system bus. Now next thing is mode 0 output mode. In the output mode, the CPU sends data to 8255A system bus and then external peripheral ports receive this data via 8255 port. Same thing earlier we have done. CPU needs firstly selects the 8255 chip by making low, then selects the desired port with the help of A0 and A1 line. So this one is a general things when we are using mode 0 and mode 0 input output mode. Now we will discuss about the mode 1 strobed input output mode. So in this case we use port A or port B for handshake, strobed input or output operation. So we can do one thing, we can use port A operate in mode 0 and port B in mode 1. So we can initialize to operate in different modes. So the most important thing here is some of the pins of port C functions as handshake lines. For port way B in this mode, we would use some pins of port C for selection of port B as a input port or output port. So we use PC0, PC1 and PC2 pins. Functions has handshake lines. For the port A, using as input port, we use PC3, PC4 and PC5 for a handshake signal. And for input output lines, use as an input out line, we use pin number PC6 and PC7. So these are the general things how we can use port A and port B, and with the help of port C, if using is pins used for the handshake lines, so we can use the port A and port B. The mode 1 which supports handshake has the following features. Two ports, port A and port B can be used as 8-bit input-output ports. Each port uses 3 lines of port C as handshake signal, and the remaining 2 lines can be used as input-output ports. Interrupt logic is supported. Input and output data are latched. You better know what is the meaning of latched. We can store the data. So firstly we will discuss about in the mode 1 we will discuss about the input handshaking signals. So before discussing in detail, firstly we want to discuss there may be some peripheral device. That device want to send some signal or some data to a microprocessor or CPU. So if that device have if the peripheral device have some valid data, the peripheral device will send one STB signal, strobe signal, that is active low signal. That signal will be received by the 8255 peripheral, and this valid data is accepted by the 8255 and it generates a IBF and INTR signal. Data is stored in 8255 by its input latch. In its turn, 8255 generates a high IBF signal. IBF will be reset after CPU reads the data. So once again I will come to the first point, IBF, input buffer full. It is an output indicating that the input latch contains some information. Second signal is STB, strobe input. The strobe input loads data into the port latch. Port means 8255 port, which holds the information until it is input to the microprocessor by the IN instruction. So firstly you want to understand that there will be a peripheral device. 8255 will work as a intermediate device, intermediate peripheral that can latch some data from the one peripheral that want to send data to the microprocessor or CPU. So my 8255 hold that data for some time until microprocessor can use that data as a input. And third point, INTR, interrupt request. So INTR, interrupt request. This active high output signal is generated only if STB bar, IBF and INTE are all set at the same time. This signal interrupts the microprocessor or CPU by is INTR pin number 10 of 8085. The fourth point is INT, interrupt enable. It is neither an input nor an output. It is an internal bit programmed by the port C, PC4 port A, or PC2 port B bit position. So the port C, these two bits can be utilized for activation of this signal. Mode 1, output handshake signals. So first signal will be OBF, output buffer full. This is an active low output signal. This signal becomes low when the CPU writes data into the output latch of 8255. This output signal from 8255, which goes to a peripheral, indicates to the peripheral that data on the output latch of 8255 is ready to be read. That data must be read by the peripheral that is connected with the help with the 8255, and data will be sent by the microprocessor. So INTE enable, the INTE bit is programmed using the PC6 bit, and INTEB is programmed using the PC2 bit. These two bits are utilized from the port C. Now we will discuss about the mode 2, strobed bidirectional input output mode. In this in mode 2, only port A can be initialized in this mode. Port A can be used for bidirectional handshake data transfer. This means that data can be input or output on the same 8 lines, and the pin number PC3 to PC7 are used for handshake line for port A. The remaining pins of port C, PC0 to PC2, can be used as input output lines. If group B is initialized in mode 0 or handshaking for port B, if group B is initialized in mode 1, in this mode, the 8255 may be used to extend the system bus to a slave microprocessor or to transfer data bytes to and from a floppy disk controller. This example, you can transfer or save data bytes from floppy disk controller. Thereafter, acknowledgement and handshaking signals are provided to maintain proper data flow and synchronization between the transmitter and receiver. So this was the general things about the input output mode, mode 0, mode 1 and mode 2. Now we will discuss about the BSR mode. So BSR mode, firstly we will discuss about the control word format. In the control word format, D7 bit, when D7 bit is 0, BSR mode, and this will be in the BSR mode. D4, D5, D6, you can say there is written don't care. We don't use these bits for our bit selection. Okay, so generally we put here 0, 0, 0 at the all these bits, and in case of bit number D0, be set or reset port C bits according to the bit, there is a 0, 1 there. So if D0 bit is 1, then this is a set condition. If D0 bit is 0, then this is a reset condition. D1, D2, D3, these bits are altogether used for selecting a particular bit of port C. So in the next slide you can see about the different bits. Before going to the slide where we can check individual bits, firstly we will discuss general things about BSR mode. D7 bit is always 0 for BSR mode. Bit D6, D5 and D4 are don't care bits. We put 0, I already told you. Bit number D3, D2 and D1 are used for selection of pin of port C. Bit D0 is used to set or reset the selected pin of port C. So now finally we will discuss about the how we can select a particular bit. So firstly there is a written in this slide D0, D1, D2 and D3. So if we want to select a particular bit number PC0, so we put 00 in all these bits. So if you want to set PC0, you will put 1 in the D0, then PC0 bit will be set, and if you will put 0 at the D0, PC0 bit will be reset. Now we want to take we want to set PC5 bit. So D3 will be 1, D2 will be 0 and D1 will be 1. So PC we can select the PC5 bit, port C, bit number 5. So if I want to set it, so we will put 1 in the D0. If we want to reset, we will put 0 and D0. And let me take one more example. If we want to set bit number PC7, 7 number bit of port C. So what we will do, D1, D2, D3, we will put 1 in all 3 bits, and D0 will be 1. So PC7 bit will be selected. So in this way we have discussed about the general discussion about the input output mode and BSR mode. So in the next video we will do some example of input output mode and BSR mode. So you will understand easily how the things can be done. So thank you so much for today's lecture. Thank you.